is Kyle Shadow, and today I'm going to teach you about the basics of tennis so that you can go out and play with some friends. What are the basics of tennis? The basics of tennis are the location where you play and the different items you need to go and play. There are different types of shots of the game, and how to keep score, and what are the basic rules. First, where do you play tennis? You play tennis on a tennis court. The type of surface that are on tennis courts are either hard court, which are traditionally in the US or Australia, clay courts, which are in France, Spain, and some of the US, and then grass, which is traditionally in London. You can usually find a tennis court at your local park or rec center. What do you need to play tennis? You need a tennis racket so you can hit the ball. You need tennis shoes so you can run around and not hurt your feet after playing for a long period of time. And you need tennis balls so that you have a ball to hit while you're playing. And you also need water. This is very important because while you're on the tennis court, it can get very hot and you can get dehydrated and get super sick from it. There are 4 types of shots. The 4 basic shots that you need during a tennis match is a forehand, a backhand, a serve, and a volley. What is a forehand? A forehand is how you hit the ball when you are on the back half of your side of the tennis court. It's a one-handed shot that is hit on your dominant side. So if you're right-handed, it's hit with your right hand on the right side of you, and if you're left-handed, on the left side of you with your. You swing the racket with one fluid motion from the side of you towards the person you are playing with. A backhand. The backhand is the exact opposite of a forehand. It is a one- or two-handed shot from the non-dominant side of you. It's hit the exact same way as a forehand, except it's just on the opposite side of you. The serve. The serve is how you start every point of the match. The serve is hit from behind the farthest line, or known as the baseline. The ball is to be hit off the ground and hit in one of the boxes on your opponent's side. For example, where my black arrow is, over here to the right where that tennis court is, you hit from the right side of the tennis baseline and you hit it into the left box on your opponent's side. Or if you're on the left side of the baseline, you hit it to your opponent's right box. Volleys. Volleys are hit in the air. They occur when you are in the net area of the tennis court. They can be hit either on either side of you like a forehand or backhand, or they can hit above you like a serve. Keeping score. To keep score, you start at level or 0-0, go to 15, 30, 40 game. You have to win each game by 2 points. So you can either win by game 30 or game 15 or game love, or if you're tied at 40 all, you go to deuce and you play until someone wins the game by 2 points. An example of how to keep score is 15-40. This means that the server is at 15 and the returner is at 40. And this is how all scores are kept. The server is always first and then it's the returner. And you keep score this way. Each point you switch from left to right side of your side of the tennis court baseline. To win the match, you must win 2 of 3 sets. A set consists of 6 games. Players take turns serving these games, and the players also switch sides of the courts after every odd game, or games 1, 3, 5, 7, or more, depending on what set you're in. The first one to get to 6 and win by 2 games wins the set. However, if you are at 5-6 or 6-5, you play to 7-5 to win the set, or try to tie it at 6-all if you're in the first 2 sets. If you're in the first 2 sets and you tie the game at 6-all, you play a 7-point tiebreaker. Someone serves once and then switches every 2 points until someone wins the tiebreaker by 2 points. However, if it's the 3rd set, you just don't play a tiebreaker like the first 2 sets. You play until someone wins the set by 2 games. From 6, you can win 6-4, 7-5, and then so forth all the way up until any number possible. To start the point, you must serve the ball and use the other 3 shot options, the forehand, backhand, or the volley throughout the points. The point ends by either the ball going out of bounds when someone hits the ball, or when the ball hits the ground twice on your side of the court or their side of the court. For example, down here in the bottom left, when it says singles 1v1, the inside line is where the tennis ball has to hit inside of. For doubles, it's the outside line and then the two baselines. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I hope you go out and play tennis yourself.